We bought our house in 2007. Things just started kind of changing.
I've been talking with my friend Luna, and my friend Luna died.
We had Emily. From day one with her, it has been a rough medical journey for her. Her health had deteriorated severely. We don't know why. We've gone through genetic testing, everything, to figure out what was going on with her, and I mean, she was slowly dying. She kept insisting on a rotary phone, very specific on it. She said that Luna told her she had to have it for her to continue to talk to her. That's when things kind of changed.
When I told her to talk to Luna on the phone, all of her ghosts told her to come.
When she started telling us that Luna died in school, her limbs were cut off, or her throat was cut. Very just gruesome, dark details to us for a 4-year-old that we thought this isn't normal, this isn't right. And we can't help but think now, I'm sorry, that maybe something's doing this to her.
And they were like watching over me, but I always close my eyes, do my hands like this, and say, just go away. I have my family to watch over me, but every time it doesn't work. And her mom and dad died too, because she has a mom and dad, and she has 2 babies who died too. I have this toy phone upstairs, and I pretend I'm really talking to her. And then when I told her to talk to Luna on the phone, like I told her to see ghosts, and his eyes were red. He wasn't flying, so I ran downstairs because I was scared. And when I was cuddling on my desk downstairs, I heard somebody talking to this ear and lean on my shoulder saying, Emmy, can I play? Emmy, can I draw with you? Emmy, can I pretty please draw with you? Because it was like 2 times. I heard that voice, 2 of them in my ear, leaning on my shoulder. I'm scared. I don't know what this is. I go to a house in my dreams. Luna. I'm right behind you. I can hear your footsteps. And she said, they're trying to copy your voice and trying to kill you away to a different house. But I want them to go away.
My father had said to him, okay, Michael, we're alone now. What's going on? Let's talk. What's going on with you? And Michael very quickly said to him, we're not alone. And my dad said, what are you talking about? And he said, there's someone out there watching me right now. And he pointed towards the hallway. He called it a very big, tall, dark shadow figure, like shadow person. And that he knows that it's in the middle bedroom, but that it watches him. He drew pictures all the time of a door with these squiggly lines going around the door, and he said that was light.
Definitely feel differently in Emily's room when I go in there, especially in her closet. I don't know the right words for it, but there's and partially could just be myself, but heart's racing more and just feel more in tune with the fact that something seems different in there. But there's definitely been times when doors that were fairly insistent were latched shut would open. Just little stuff like that my wife had mentioned earlier, the gate had come open, that we were pretty sure that thing's latched and it's not coming open unless you're touching it. I'm definitely a believer in all of this stuff. A lot of the ghost shows on TV, right? We try to, if we do watch them, we stick to some of the ones that are a little more evidence-based and not as, some of them are pretty outrageous, but still always try to kind of find explanations for why for things. But there's definitely stuff that's happened here that we don't have any explanations for. I mean, we've definitely had occurrences where there'll be noises and maybe not as loud as a dish crashing or what she's had, but enough that it alerts you, and so she's like, you go look, go see what that is, right? Or even in Emily's room, go see what that noise was, and there's nothing there. The one that I really remember the most was when her crib had it had a little half gate, so you could put the gate down and go in and change or do whatever you need to do. So it was a little half gate, and the same thing, it had latches on it, and the half gate was latched when we put her to bed, like it was every night, and heard a noise and went up there and it was open. So there's definitely noises.
The only way it opens is if you push this button, lift, and it opens. And it completely, and when you close it, it's latched. It doesn't just swing open or not accidentally close all the way. And this is, oh baby, that's the gate that opened the night my husband and I were sitting on the couch.
I was in here drawing, and that's when I heard a voice. I was in here drawing.
So this is the room that our oldest also does not, he won't even come in here if he doesn't have to. So that's the tray that was on the floor.
I think it was right here, and it must have pulled it like that. I think it's like that. I think. I don't know where it was. That was there at that moment.
So this is our middle son's room, and this is where he had the experience of, he was sitting on his bed playing Xbox, and the tray had shifted across, not significantly across the floor, had shifted enough that he saw it move. So, and this is where he has felt most comfortable, but he does talk about his bedroom door opening and closing. And this is the only room that she has told us that she sees the police officer
He was standing like
and
right
coach.
here. He was like standing right here and just looking at me like this.
Just stand there looking at you?
Yeah, just.
He never said anything?
So I just ran downstairs. I was like, oh God, that's scary. I'm gonna run downstairs. Probably he was right here because I saw TV on too. Like, his TV was on.
Okay.
He wasn't flying now. He was just standing here.
Just stand?
Yeah, he just standing here staring at me. Like, oh God. He looked like a coach and a policeman. Like, he had a hat. He had a badge right here, but he had a whistle right here hanging.
Yeah, she
So
did.
that was-
I don't remember her telling us about the hat or the badge, but she very specifically said he had a whistle.
Freezing. It is colder in here. Yeah. It's in here. Whoa. It's in here. Whoa. Did you hear that talking behind me? Yeah. It's like somebody said I am. It is a lot colder in here. Who's behind me? Can you walk up here and touch my shoulder? Okay, so we're at a residence here in Indiana. The family have been experiencing all kinds of strange activity in the house, dealing with illnesses. So we're going to see what we can document on audio and video and hopefully experience some of the same things and figure out what's going on inside this house. Earlier we were setting up, Sean heard what he thought was banging upstairs. We've got a baby monitor upstairs in the little girl's bedroom. This is the phone that she said Luna talks through. So if we sit up by the baby monitor, put that off like that. if we pick up any voices. Can you knock on something and give us a sign? I didn't move. If you're upstairs, can you pick up the phone? Do you hear that? Do you hear that? Take a camera and this ghost box up to the bedroom.
Luna, if you're up here, can you give me a sign? If that phone rings, I'm out of here. Okay. Sounds like there's talking coming from another bedroom. Luna, was you in the hospital with Emily? Oh, Josh. Did you guys hear that?
What was it?
Oh, Josh. Did you guys hear that?
What was it? Keep asking questions.
You know, it sounded like it came from that closet.
Well, open the closet door and
No, that was not a little girl.
Just keep talking to it.
Luna, was you in the hospital with Emily? If you're trying to scare me, you're doing a dang good job of it. Can you show yourself? Luna, do you change your voice? At first I heard it sounded like something trying to answer me, but it was so faint, it was like it was coming from another room. But then that other voice, it sounded like that graspy, growling, and where you couldn't make it out, but it was just like, you know, but even deeper, and it sounded like it was coming straight from that closet. I mean, right behind me. Yeah, you sat up in that room, you can hear voices. Now I'm telling you, when you walk in there, especially by yourself, it feels like there's 1,000 eyes on you just watching you.
is there any spirits that can communicate with me? Who's the spirit that keeps coming and talking to Emily? Are you in the closet over there? Luna, can you come in here with me? How'd you die? John, what did you do for a living? Is there somebody that's hiding in the closet? Luna in the closet? Uh-oh. Alright, it's in the closet right now.
Something just walked through there and set it off. Hey Josh, something's moving up here.
I mean, the thing is, you know, with everything she's went through, that'd scare the crap out of anybody.
Yeah, but I mean, she could be more connected to the other side,
Mm-hmm.
you know, after what she's been through.
I mean, my thing is, if it was only her dealing with this stuff, then, yeah, I could see, could it be, like Josh said, could it be medicine? Could it be, you know, everything she's been through in life? But when you got the boys seeing it, you know, and like you said, the boy saw it prior to her.
Yeah, so I mean, something's got to be in here. It's just maybe when everything took place with her, maybe that's where her connection, you know, she got real sensitive.
That's why I think there is something in here. I don't think it's evil, even though it scared the living shit out of me earlier. You know, but what's most spirits do when somebody new comes in, it tries to scare them, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So, hey, you ain't supposed to be in here.
Luna, are you in here?
Where did you die?
Can you tell us your name? Can you leave? Are you a man or woman?
Man.
Can you see us? Can you leave this house? What do you want from this family? Did you die inside this house? Is there a woman inside this house?
You want to put those blankets on our bed? Yeah. They kind of worry me a little. What? What was that? Did you hear that?
Yeah, it sounded like a kid.
What?
If there's any spirits in this room with us, Rose's going to be drawing a picture. Can you give her a sign or an image?
I hear that you like to draw with Emmy. And that you stand behind her and watch her color. What I think you would like to draw is this door. See, this is light. And this is the door. Do you see the door? Would you open the closet, Josh? I heard put something in there, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
You don't need to be afraid. We're not here to hurt anyone. But see this door that I'm drawing? I bet you've seen this door before. I'm going to give you a minute to come out and see it. Did you ever wonder what was on the other side of the door? Does somebody keep you from going over there? Do you hear that?
I thought I heard like a kid crying.
Do you want me to keep coloring? We're here to help you get through that door. Can you give me a sign? Tell us somehow that you see this door? If you're in the closet, you want to come out, we're not going to hurt you. There's 2 of them. I want you to see this door. Not just this one, but the one that you see that I can't see. And I want you to walk over to the door. And don't be afraid to open it up. I want you to look for that door and the light behind it and not be afraid. You need to be on the other side of that door. That's where some really wonderful things are. You're stuck here. You need to be on the other side of the door. Emmy's waiting for you to go where you need to be. You need to be on the other side of that door. People that you know will be on the other side of the door. Family. Things that you always loved, but you're missing now. Because Emmy has a family. And they're going to take care of her. Things are going to change here tonight, so you don't want to stay here. You want to go through that door.
In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, we ask that any and all spirits, evil and kind, move away from this house, go towards the light, and be at peace. In the name of Jesus Christ, I seal off this room, symbolized by this cross.